Nature never hurries, yet everything is accomplished. A seed doesn't become a tree overnight. It waits in the darkness, it grows through the soil, and it trusts the process. Why are we humans in such a rush to reach the finish line? Patience is not just about waiting, it's about how we behave while we wait. In our world of instant results, we've forgotten that the most beautiful things in life take time to grow. Your dreams, your healing, and your journey, they all need the season of patience. The mountain doesn't move when the storm comes. It stays still, knowing that the sun will return. When life feels slow or stuck, remember, you are not falling behind. You are just deep in your own unique season of growth. Trust the timing of your life. Deep breath in. Let go of the pressure to be there already. You are exactly where you need to be. Be patient with yourself, just as nature is patient with the seasons. Grow at your own pace. The forest is watching over you. This is Nature Pulse. Stay calm, stay patient.
Shalom, shalom. Hey, first and foremost, I would love to give all praise and honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh being the name of God, and Yahweh Shai being the name of Jesus Christ. And this is a quick video on just, looking at nature and letting nature teach you, on your everyday life and how you could look at nature and how it could help you in your walk and your journey, with serving the Most High. So, it's a famous quote by Latsu, and this is the quote. It says, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." And that's true, because when you look at nature, it's not in a rush. A lot of times in our lives, and we be moving and doing the things that we're doing, we be in a rush to get everything accomplished, when in reality, that's only going to bring more stress upon you. When you're trying to do that, you're trying to accomplish everything in one time and you constantly in a rush. That's why you got precepts that help you with this, right? To help you, have balance. So, first and foremost, I want to get 2 precepts just to prove that the Lord likened men unto trees. So people don't think that we bugging out. This is for the people that really don't know, but just to get that, right? This is the book of Mark. This is the book of Mark 8:24. And he looked up and he said, "I see men as trees walking," right? So men as trees walking. So men is referred to as trees in the Bible. This is the book of Luke 13:7. Then said he unto the dresser of his vineyard, "Behold, these 3 years I come seeking fruit on this fig tree, and find none." It's talking about a man and the fruit that he brings forth. It says, "Cut it down, why cumbereth it the ground?" It's going into talking about men. Okay? So men is referred to as trees. Just to prove that real quick, right before we get more into the lesson. But yeah, again, this that famous quote. And the quote says again, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." So really, and you look at plants, they're being still. They're not rushing. They're not in a hurry to get everything done. They're just simply at peace. They're just still. And that's what we have to be like. Not in a worry, not in such a rush, or just, just taking it, step by step. But this is the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 8 and verse number 28. Let's see what the Lord said. This is in the GNT. This might be Matthew, Salakia. Matthew 6 and 28. And why worry about clothes? Look how the wild flowers grow. They do not work or make clothes for themselves. But I tell you that not even Solomon, with all his wealth, had clothes as beautiful as one of these flowers. It is God who clothed the wild grass, grass that is here today and is gone tomorrow, burned up in the oven. Won't he be all the more sure to clothe you? What little faith you have. So do not start worrying where all my food come from, or my drink, or my clothes. So really going into you not worrying. I'm gonna jump down. Not really worrying about how you gonna get your food or how you gonna get your clothes. These things are not to be worried about, right? You look at the plants and the trees, they're chilling. They're not thinking about tomorrow. When you read up, it goes into the birds, right? The birds, they're not worrying about. Let me read it. I got to read that. I'm sorry. Verse number 26. Look at the birds. They do not plant seeds, gather a harvest, and put it into barns. Yet your Father in heaven take care of them. Aren't you worth much more than the birds? Can any of you live a bit longer by worrying about it? So, yeah, just you look at the birds, the animals, they're worrying about today. They're focusing on today. They're not focusing on next week. They're not focusing on tomorrow. They're worried about what's happening today. And that's all you need to worry about is worry about today. Get things what you need to get done for today. You understand? That's a great thing to take and a great wisdom to take, when living your life. Is to worry about today. Of course, you gotta plan and think about other things, but you really want to be focused on today because tomorrow is not even promised. Okay, so I'm gonna jump down to verse number 34. It says, "So do not worry about tomorrow; it will have enough worries of its own. There is no need to add to the troubles each day brings." That's a beautiful counsel right there, right? Do not worry about tomorrow. It will have enough worries of its own. So let tomorrow and the worries of tomorrow really worry about itself tomorrow, right? Worry about what's happening today. And then you also, I'm going to get another precept that this thing is not about, rushing or, trying to be the first or be the head, just take your time, take your time. The Lord said necessary a patience. Let me get that precept right quick. Necessary patience. All right, this is the book of Sirach 20 and 32. And it reads, necessary patience and seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a God. So necessary patience. You're going to need patience, right? You're going to need to take your time in seeking the Most High, right? Just take your time, day by day. And you look at Job, he named one of his daughters, day by day. And I will have it pulled up so you can see it, right? Lord willing. But I will have it pulled up. Jemima, right? Slacking for the pronunciation. But Jemima, it says, her name says day by day. So when Job was going through his affliction, he named one of his daughters a day by day. Right? Just really taking it day by day, really, right? A day by day, Like just worrying about that just worrying about today. Look at the plants again. Like I said with the plants, they're not worrying about tomorrow. They're not in a rush to get everything. They're not in a rush. They're just taking their time. They're letting the Most High bring them through their seasons. You know what I'm saying? It might be ugly, but they're going through the seasons. They're going through it, but they're growing, right? Don't think that just because you only doing a little bit, that the Most High, or that you're not growing. You better off doing that a little bit than trying to put, a lot on yourself and you don't even get anything done. Take your time and serve the Most High, a little bit at a time, and you will begin to see the fruits of your works just by doing a little bit. You don't always have to. You don't always have to read 50 chapters in one day, or a brother trying to read 20 chapters in one day. You don't always have to do that, right? Just take your time and seek the Most High. So I'm gonna get another precept. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 9:11. It says, "I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor rich to the men of understanding." So going into the race is not to the swift, right? When you run this race, it's a marathon that you're running. So you want to pace yourself. It's not for the brother that, he starts running. You run a marathon, he just sprints. He starts sprinting. You know what I'm saying? He starts just, running. That brother, he going to gas out. He's not going to make it very far. But the man that paces himself, you know what I'm saying? He drinking his water. He breathing in and out. He taking his time. And that brother, he gonna do well. He'll fare well in that marathon. The brother that started, he just started, running real quick, trying to, be ahead and be first. That guy, it may not go well for him. The Most High knoweth. All right. But yeah, I'll get one more, and I'll close. I didn't want this to be too long. This is Psalms 1:3. It says, "He's like a tree planted by the streams of water, which yieldeth its fruit in its season." So that's how you will be. You'll be like a tree planted by the streams of water, which yields its fruit in its season. Meaning a tree, it don't produce its fruit, overnight, right? A tree don't produce its fruit overnight. It takes time for that tree to start beginning to bring forth fruit. It takes time. And you always look at nature, and nature could teach you. Growth, it always takes time. You have to plant it. You have to give it the right, it have to get enough sunlight. You have to treat it right. You have to give it the right ground. You have to have enough depthness in the earth. So you look at the trees are taking its time and their seasons, right? So in this video, just on taking your time and seeking the Most High with necessary patience, just taking your time and So Lord, this is edifying, it's comforting and exhorting. But with that, I'm gonna close up, giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai.